Lionel Richie all night long, leading up to 9 o'clock. We're streaming audio live across the nation on www.onecast.in, numeral1cast.in, online on your radio sets in Mumbai City, 94.3 on the FM band. And only if you're not driving, if you're in the backseat of a radio taxi being chauffeur-driven in and around wherever you are, or at home or at the office without a radio set, we're streaming video live on facebook.com/radio1.mum, RADIOONE.mum. It is 25 years of Akanksha Foundation. Wonderful work that the not-for-profit, the NGO, is doing. And to celebrate 25 years, Sakar Mistri has chronicled 25 lives of alumni. And it's a book called I Dream Like You, Stories We Walk Past. It is on all on-ground as well as online stores. I urge you to go and get it. Over the course of the next hour, we're going to be talking to Sakar as well as 4 alumni who've rolled into studio.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Hello, ladies. How you doing?
Hello,
you can say
Bhaiya. Hello.
Sakar, I'm going to start with this labor of love. You've chronicled 25 of their lives. I'm sure you came up with a multitude of ideas, as did many people in Akanksha. This novel way of celebrating 25 years and how you went about writing this book. Take us through the journey.
You know, when Akanksha celebrated 25 years, I think that's the time it really hit everyone, including Shaheen, that, oh my God, 25 years have gone. And Akanksha did a whole lot of right through that year. They had several events. And what I thought, actually a little before that, I said, my God, 25 years and somebody's got to tell this story. And of course, the reason I thought about, writing about it was that I really had been watching what had happened for 25 years. Because in our family, for example, it was a huge step. We were living in America. Shaheen had never lived in India, and she suddenly came for a summer vacation and didn't want to come back to college. And so she had taken a very drastic step which affected all of us. And naturally, right through the years, I very closely watched what was happening. And there just so many things happened, you know. The number of children grew. Suddenly there were all these teachers who were so passionate. Then they built an enormous volunteer program, which was really quite awesome, because they became Akanksha's ambassadors. And these volunteers were a wide range, you know, from school teachers to corporates who were mentors and young college girls. So and then the donors started to come and they started to believe in it. And so it hit me and I said, somebody's got to tell this story. Who should tell this story? This is one of the things I'm going to talk about at the launch today. And to me, it was very clear. The answer came immediately. It had to be the kids of Akanksha. It had to be those who had gone through it, who had been influenced by the teachers, who had benefited by the donors, and who had developed this incredible sense of values, which really hit me, that these were kids who had been had come up in really some very harsh situations. And in fact, I often asked them, I said, you know, when I saw what they wanted to do, a large percentage of them, practically everyone, wanted to give back and were already giving back. They had started their own NGOs, they'd got together and had classes in their communities. And, you know, they were such special people. And so I just felt that their stories of being empowered, and they're not stopping there. In fact, I think I asked some of them, you know, don't you want to get out of it? Don't you want to get out of your community? And nearly all of them said no. We want to go back and we want to help others. And when the deeper I got into these stories, I felt that they were very inspiring. And I thought they were not only inspiring for kids who had grown up in slum communities, I thought they were very inspiring for everyone. Because it showed, and the writers will tell you themselves that truly some of the values which they developed, I won't say they learnt because you develop your own values, but certainly it was the love, the support, the belief that their teachers had in them, which transformed their lives. And I wanted people not only to know about them, but I wanted people to know that you can transform your life in spite of the challenges or the difficulties that you have. And also I thought that the way to chronicle, as you say, Akanksha's years, I mean, what better way could there be than look at the kids, look what they've done, and let them tell you what helped them, what didn't help them.
Up ahead, Sana and Nahida, who are alumni of Akanksha, are going to be on air in a couple of minutes. James Brown, I Feel Good. He's called the Godfather of Soul. James Brown is I Feel Good. 9:06. The Akanksha Foundation's 25 years, signified by this wonderful book called I Dream Like You, Stories We Walk Past. It's edited by Sakar Mistri, who's in studio. And now, Akanksha alumni. We're going to have a bit of a chat with them.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Hello, Sana. Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
I'm just so happy that you've naturally given in to the urge of giving back to Akanksha. And you work at Art for Akanksha and you work as a senior associate.
Yes, I do that. So my work at Art for Akanksha is like I get to meet new people. I get to interact with them in terms of like corporate orders. We do a lot of corporate orders. We do home bazaars wherein, I get to personally interact with individuals. But I think for me, the most interesting thing has been like the teachers who have helped me who I am today. Like when I was in school, I was not that confident and I had really low self-esteem. But I always feel that Akanksha has given me so much that when I was going through a very bad phase, I had flunked my 10th standard, I had quit studies. That was the time when the teachers of Akanksha pushed me and they were like, no Sana, you have to do your graduation. And finally last year I did my graduation and now I am a graduate girl working at the art program. And I just love my work, whatever I do.
And the story isn't as beautiful and happy as it is now. You work very hard for it. One of the most poignant parts about the book is, I almost had goosebumps where, you narrate this whole incident of how when you were 4 years old, your entire house was burned down. Yeah?
Yes.
And you're sitting outside the house and, there's your mother. Why don't you narrate it to us, please?
So it was like when I was just coming from the school and and I was at 4 and I didn't know anything about that, what was going on. I could just see smoke everywhere. And I was afraid and my mother let us one of the neighbors were there. She left us over there and she's like, just be here. And the thing was like my little sister, she was in the house itself. And we were actually crying because like when we went to our house, it was like we didn't had anything. The whole house was burnt. We didn't had clothes. Like my father's saving, like the whatever savings he had, everything was like into ashes. And we were like, how do we start from here on? But my mother was very sweet. She was like, that day she told us, you know what? Today you go to your grandparents' house and me and Papa will stay here because if they would have also gone there, then maybe we wouldn't have had our house also today.
And Nahida, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I'm so happy that coming from a family which was largely uneducated, today you are in education. You're a senior KG teacher.
Yes.
there must have been tremendous opposition when you said that you wanted to study. I mean, girls in your community, at the time at least, were married off very, very early. And you fought that, didn't you?
Yes, actually it was difficult because at the age of 13 and 16, my elder sister got married, and it was difficult because I was next in line. And it was difficult for me to tell and request my bua, because she was the one who decided like we should get married at the early age. And there was one Didi in Akanksha who really supported me. She had come to my house, she visited my home, and she requested my parents to send me in Akanksha center. So it was really like teachers in Akanksha, they really came and helped me out, and I'm really happy. Today I'm 34 years old and I have the choice to choose my own husband. So that's really amazing. Like, you know, like, because the power Akanksha gave me, and I'm really lucky today that I'm utilizing it well. And really, like, I feel really sad about my sister not getting that chance to make that choice. But today I can stand and I can loudly say that today I have a voice to speak. And today I am really lucky. Seriously, I'm really lucky to have all the Didis and Bhaias around me who really supported me in my journey.
And most importantly, you're a BA in Sociology and Education.
Yes. Actually, it was really tough for me to complete because in 7th standard, I left my studies. There was one bhaiya who really played an important role in my life. His name is Shri Ram Bhaiya. He pushed me. The way Akanksha works is tremendous. They used to come to our house, and that impacted the most. The relationship which they have built in me, in any other kid, is awesome. That Bhaiya, Shri Ram Bhaiya, he had really helped me. He put his money on my education when really, like, I didn't want it to go, because the kind of education I was getting from government school was really tough, and they were really not teaching. And today, even today, I struggle because my foundation is not so strong. I really struggle sometimes because whatever I can speak today is because of Akanksha, and that's where it hit me. Like, I really wanted to give back to Akanksha, and I especially wanted to teach in the municipal school because I want to show change that yes, kids can have good education. And I'm lucky my children are happy, my students are happy seeing me, and all my Didis and my Bhaiya are really proud of me. So I'm really lucky for Akanksha, what platform they have given me. Seriously.
Still streaming live audio online across the nation on www.onecast.in, #1cast.in. And only if you're not driving, you want to see a video, it's facebook.com/HRISHIKAY. That's HRISHIKAY on Facebook, and 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets. We're going to take some messages and some music and come back with the Akanksha alumni and Saakar Mistri. You don't want to go anywhere.
94.3 Radio 1.
Ron and Keating, I love it when we do. 23 minutes past 9 a.m. absolutely live in studio. Now, this book, I Dream Like You, Stories We Walk Past, edited by Saakar Mistri, is chronicling the 25 lives of Akanksha alumni. The writing process started before 25 years of Akanksha, and now they've completed 27, just to set the record straight. I'm speaking to select alumni and Saakar. And if you're interested in listening to us online, tell your friends and family in other cities. We're online across the nation on www.onecast.in, #1cast.in, 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets. And only if you're not driving, we're streaming video live on Twitter and Periscope now at HRISHIKAY. More conversation.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Radio 1.
So allow me to call you Saakar Didi, like the alumni call you. I've just gotten into the flow as far as that is concerned. We just I just heard Sana and Nahida talking, and I just couldn't help thinking that despite the really hard, tough lives they've led, there's not an inch of cynicism at all. It looks to me like Akanksha, the foundation, as well as the teachers, are imparting far more than classroom skills. And you've been through 25 of them to chronicle their lives. Do you see a unique optimism? And if so, why?
I think one of the reasons is that the education in the broadest sense went way beyond the classroom. And I think that the basis of the Akanksha curriculum was the child. Everything focused on it. It was a very happy place. And one of the reasons, I think, especially in the beginning, the teachers were young. They were allowed to do what they wanted to, and the kids picked up, gosh, golly, wow. Suddenly all the kids were speaking like Rajshri Didi, like Anjali Didi. So I think that was one of the reasons. The other is that these kids were exposed to a lot of interesting things. A very big impact on them was the Gandhi Ashram. There's Jayesh Bhai over there, and you see his name, repeated in many stories. Then they went to the Oberoi Hotel. Several of them did sort of cooking classes over there. The Asia Society, they took part in seminars. They went to IIMs, and I think that all this made them look at what had happened to them in a very wise perspective. They accepted their conditions, and at the same time there was so much ahead of them that Akanksha put that I think they were caught up in what was going to be rather than what had happened.
Beautifully put. Pleased to welcome Vijay Yadav on the show. What's up, Vijay? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
You must be quite a hit with the girls in at office. What do you say, Sakar Didi?
Yeah. Look at his picture, his portrait in the book.
Okay, I'm not going to pull your leg on that one. But really, it hasn't been easy for you either. Your brother was 14, you were much younger. Your father was running lemon juice stalls prominently outside St. Xavier's College, which is Shaheen's alma mater, my alma mater. And then, he tragically passed. So tell me about your early life and how you managed to get into an Akanksha school.
So, I started my schooling in a municipal school, where education was, you just go there. You have to be there because you're a kid. And facilities were provided, obviously, in the government schools. We get most of the facilities. The only thing that was missing was the quality of education that was required there. So, my father had this lemon shop juice, on outside St. Xavier's College. And at that point of time, Akanksha centers were going on in the same college. So I used to see, outside the shop, I used to see these small kids going in. And because it was a college, it was surprising why the kids are going in. So my elder brother gained interest and he joined Akanksha. And after that, even I joined Akanksha. So in the initial stages, it was pretty fun. We used to go there, we play games, and at the same time we were learning. So in fact, we learned without even realizing that, we were learning new things, new stuff. So there were many different strategies they used in order to teach us. So till 6th grade, I was in this municipal school, and then my father passed away. There was no one to support the family. So we decided to go back to the village as the relatives promised that, they will support us. But all these happened to be false promises. And yes, I was just 12 years old and my elder brother was 14. By that time, we were just 12 and, I had that idea that no matter what happens, we have to get educated. Because we had realized that, if you have to get out of this, there is only one way, and that's education. There is no other shortcut if you have to get out of this in a good manner. So we chose to run away from the village. We had 40 rupees that was utilized to reach the station, and then we were there in the bathrooms of the train, and then we reached Mumbai. When we came here, we started our own shop, for some time, and then I joined Akanksha once again. My elder brother, after 6th, he directly gave his 10th grade via open schooling and passed. I was put in a private school, semi-private school from 7th grade. Now that was a challenging part because for 2 to 3 years I did not go to school, and the quality of education I had prior to that wasn't so good for me to cope up with those students. And it was quite new for me as well, because in government schools we only had one teacher at that point of time for the entire day. Here, for every new subject there was a new teacher walking in, it was new to me. But then that was the main reason why I was there, to get myself educated. I worked hard. 7th, 8th, 9th went well. I scored above 80 in all the standards most of the times. Then comes the 10th grade, important year for all the students. You have to do good. That's where you decide which college you want to go. And in 10th grade, obviously my elder brother, who was supporting us since the age of 14, even he had a life, and then he deviated from the goal of, supporting the family, and then
he started partying a lot.
So basically he was into too much of friends, and then he, stopped giving money at house, and then family once again decided to go back to the village. And at this time, I made a decision that no matter what it takes, I'm going to stay here and get myself educated, give my 10th grade at least, because I'm not coming with y'all. My mom was like, where will you stay? Are you going to sleep on streets because we don't have our own house here? Where are you going to eat? I said, whatever it takes, sleeping on streets or eating on the footpaths, anything. But I'll do. That's what I want from life, and I'm going to do it. So, yes, because I was part of Akanksha, and this great teacher, Anjali Didi, who taught me for like 8 to 10 years, she was there, So as Sagar Didi said, Akanksha was not only about education. It was about academics and also at the same time morals. It has to be both, not just one part. You don't have to have that sucker's choice. It has to be this and this. So she was like, you want to get yourself educated, I'm there for you, whatever it takes, be it emotionally, financially, whatever it takes. So I gave my 10th grade. I stayed in a paying guest with 4 policemen, and life was pathetic there. At that was the time I also attempted, that there's no point, facing so much. Let's quit this and commit suicide. But then I thought that will not be the solution. I won't be there, and I'll simply escape. Then just quit studying, instead of getting into a suicide situation due to this. So I had just 28 days. The entire year I did not go to school, not study. Just 28 days for my board exams. I did everything it took, recording answers, listening on the phone, study even in the bathrooms, whatever it took. In 28 days, I gave my board exams and I passed. I passed with 71% in my 10th grade. And I got into Wilson College. Now, here, once again, there was a challenge because the entire 10 years I came from a Hindi medium school. And Wilson College, rich kids come there in their chauffeur-driven cars, and then they speak fluent English. And for one entire year, I remember I did not make even one friend, not even a single friend. But then things changed, and I made myself comfortable there. When I was 12th grade, my elder brother, actually, he was diagnosed with tuberculosis, and then he would not take care of his medicines and his health. So I remember going to the hospital in the morning and then going to give my board exams. And by the time I was in second year of college, SYBA from the same college, my brother's situation got even worse. I was doing a full-time job at Altisource Private Solutions, and then also supporting the family, and I had to take care of my education. Now, this was the toughest part of my life because in my entire life, this was the only time when I failed. I failed in second year. I had KTs to give, could not go to college. And then last year in the month of January, my elder brother who passed away because of that, because doctors could not do anything. It was him who not took the medicines and all. So now I am doing a full-time job. I'm still completing my graduation. I pursue to complete my graduation doing majors in economics. The idea and the goal I have right now is to do majors in economics and then start my own business in rural parts of India. So
we're going to come to that actually. There's a very, very interesting idea that he has, and he's very driven about that. Also up ahead, Kanhaiya's story. Don't go anywhere. It's Sting and Shaggy waiting for the break of day. Back in a couple of minutes. Sting and Shaggy waiting for the break of day at 9:35. We're streaming online audio across the nation on www.onecast.in, numeral1cast.in. Now, only if you're not driving. We're streaming video live on Instagram at HRISHIKAY and 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets. I Dream Like You, Stories We Walk Past, edited by Sagar Mistri, is the story of 25 Akanksha Foundation alumni. It is to commemorate 25 years of Akanksha. And this evening at a glittering ceremony at the Royal Opera House, they're actually releasing this. Now, this is going to be and is in all on-ground and online stores, so please go and get it. In conversation now with Kannan and Vijay, and they're telling us their stories.
94.3 Radio 1.
You were just telling me about a strategic point in your life when, all was lost. You came back, you bounced back, you started doing a job. But there is a dream that has something to do with your mother's native place. Your father's native place, of course, is Uttar Pradesh. Your mother's from Bihar, and this is Harnaha district in Bihar. What do you want to do, Vijay?
So basically what I dream to do is, go back to the villages, start from Harnaha, because that's the place I'm more connected to and more comfortable starting my business there. So basically right now I plan to start my own dairy farm. The reason why I chose this as a business is because it will not only help me to employ the uneducated, but also create a platform, to employ the educated girls, because, even though India has developed so much and it's one of the fastest developing countries, I still see there, when I go to the villages, I see my sisters who are graduates, but not doing much with their lives. They are getting married, paying dowry, all that is still happening. People who cannot afford education and are poor, they are still bounded laborers. So I want to change that. I want that opportunity to be there. So irrespective of which family you come from, if you dream to educate yourself, there should be an opportunity, a platform where you can go. Like in Mumbai, I'm very lucky, that I was born and brought up in Mumbai. That for me, when I wanted to get educated and support my education, I had options here. We have part-time job, you can work, you can study, so you can be independent. I need to create that opportunity in those villages. So it will also in fact help the problem of people migrating, and overpopulation that happens in Mumbai. So kind of trying to solve things at the root level in villages. So that's one attempt I have in my dream.
Wonderful. Kanhaiya, welcome to the show. Kanhaiya Pal is BCom from Lala Lajpat Rai College, and he now works at the NSDL, the National Securities Depository Limited. And from what I understand from the book, it's quite a cool place to work,
That's right.
Air-conditioned cabins, great facilities. You must be enjoying yourself there.
That's right. It's a corporate office, so where we deal with government authorities, financial institutions, non-financial institutions like banks, NBFCs, government authorities, central autonomous bodies, then central government ministries, state government ministries. So we normally deal with subscribers who have adopted NPS, National Pension Scheme. It's a retirement benefit scheme for their benefit after the age of 60. So what I do is I assist them when they come for the claim of their amount. So normally my duty is to hear their grievances, their query, anything about the processing of their claims, NPS claims. It has a good environment. I have highly educated colleagues and bosses.
And you say that one of the reasons for you to try and educate yourself is the fact that you saw Akanksha alumni's houses being broken down in the Gautam Nagar slums, and also the fact that your father has been a great motivator. He himself is an RTI activist. So talk to me about your early childhood, yeah?
That's right. So as you rightly said, people coming from slums, there's an authority called Slum Rehabilitation Authority, which works for rehabilitation of the slum dwellers. But there is a lot of corruptions going on between the authorities and the concerned authorities. So there is my father, who's a BA graduate, and he has a bit knowledge of RTI, Right to Information Act, which helps in bringing accountability and transparency in the system. So yes, he is bringing a change in the society, and it is a tool which helps to bring accountability and transparency in the system. So being a graduate of commerce, I also understand the implementation of law in the system. So I have also assisted him and also used the importance of RTI in the implementation of SRA scheme and solving these basic amenities and basic necessities.
But you really want to do your law.
Yeah, of course. I've cleared my CET exam, which is required to get admission into law college in Mumbai. So I have enrolled myself in KC Law College. I have cleared my first year, so I am continuing my second year. So basic purpose is to believe I have that to in whatever on land in which you stay, you need to know the law of the land. So I want to know the law of the system and want to fight for the justice of needy people. because I've seen people are misguided by the concerned authorities because they don't know their rights. So I want to make awareness about their rights. I want to make them know their what government has provided to them, and they should fight for their rights.
Also, there's a very interesting anecdote which you narrate about how Rajshri Didi, who's one of your Didis at Akanksha Foundation, urged you, inspired you to go to the SLP, and there were lots of interesting, motivating discussions there. Talk to me about the SLP.
That's right. So Rajshri Didi, she is the first teacher of Worli 1. So I joined Worli 1 at the age of 8 years, where like I had no knowledge about the anything. So I was like new to Akanksha, new to new people. And Rajshri Didi, she was head Didi over there. She's a person who is like really motivates you. She gives her 100% to motivate you. Like she doesn't let her children give up easily. She gives her 100%. She does each and everything to make your like child student to achieve what he or she wants in their life. So yeah, she started a program called Social Leadership Program, where people from social background like Jayesh Bhai and people who have done excellence in the field of social sector. So they came, they expressed their feelings, they expressed their work, they explained what is the role of social activism in improving the social society. So that is what impacted me to not just be a literate. We need to be educated. There's a difference between literacy and education. Literacy is what you know and write, but education is what you implement, what you know and what you implement in the society for the welfare of the people. So that is what the difference is between literacy and education. Education is a broader concept than literacy.
Well, I think there's a budding bureaucrat or a politician there, and an honest one at that. An honest one at that. Wonderful. Up ahead, a last leg of conversation. We're already at the 9:43 mark, and I'm going to ask Sakar what prompted her. How did she go about the difficult process of choosing 25 alumni for this wonderful treatise? It's called I Dream Like You. You have any comments or questions? I will read out every single one at the end of it. End of the show, 1 space your comment, space your name. Type it and send it to 53650. 53650 is the in-studio SMS line. On Twitter as well as Facebook, you go to the search bar, you type HRISHIKAY, will pop up. You could tweet out along with your name, post in the timeline inbox along with your name, and facebook.com/radio1.mum. Any question for Sakar Mistri or the alumni, or just a comment after listening to this interview, pop it on the timeline inbox along with your name, and I will bring it up on the show.
94.3
9:51, the Fine Young Cannibals. Good thing. 25 years of the Akanksha Foundation. Cherished and remembered with this wonderful book called I Dream Like You, Stories We Walk Past, edited by Sakar Mistri. And now in their 27th year, they have the launch of this book at the Heritage Venue, the Royal Opera House, this evening. And I'm speaking to Akanksha alumni as well as Sakar of their lives and this wonderful chronicle.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
So I don't envy your job. You have so many wonderful alumni to choose from, and you have to just zero in on 25. How did you manage to do that?
Well, we could easily have had 2,500. It was a very, and people didn't realize that, but we didn't really spend we didn't deliberate a lot on this. It was a very casual selection because we wanted to profile Akanksha in the center. And one of the ways we did it was, we asked teachers to casually give us a couple of names. Then we chose kids from Bombay and Pune. We wanted to divide that. We tried to get a mix of girls and boys. And we also wanted to get descriptions of different types of communities that they lived in and the different things they did. We didn't want everyone to be a lawyer because we really felt that the achievement lay sort of in personally how much you had bettered yourselves or the challenges you took, and some were small and some were big. So I would say, generally speaking, a very casual way to profile what Akanksha was really like.
Lovely. And Naida, you want to share with us your biggest learning from all your Didis at Akanksha, and what is it that you'd like to say as an educator today to to other teachers? Yeah.
Actually, I want to give one message to all the teachers and parents who are listening to me. The one word which really impacted my life is believe. Believe in your child or your students. You have the right to break or make a child. So I just want you to make it happen, that believe in that they have the potential to do and overcome all the hurdles which they have. So just make them believe that they can excel. Thank you.
Lovely. Sakar, thank you for rolling by. Sakar Didi.
Thank you. Thank you so
and I hope
much.
lots and
It's
lots
been
and
so
lots
much
of
fun.
people go out and buy this wonderful book of yours. Yeah. Thank you, Naida.
Thank you.
And Sana, before you go, you want to send out a special message to people, yeah?
Yes, like teachers are really special to us, and we are constantly looking for teachers who are passionate. So log on to the Akanksha website, which is www.akanksha.org, and apply your role for a teacher and make a difference.
Yeah, so you're going to have to repeat that very slowly because people who are driving listening to the radio should know. So it's akanksha.org,
Yeah,
is it?
it's www.akanksha.org.
And remember that the Akanksha is with a single A in the beginning. So don't do a double A. So it's AKANKSHA. Yeah? Go out there and do your bit and enroll as a teacher. Thank you very much.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Up ahead, lots of action still to come on the show. A tea society called India Initiative, which we partnered with. There's English Premier League football. There are reviews of last night's action in the T20 Premier Cricket League. So you don't want to go anywhere. We're at 9:55. I'm Hrishikesh.
94.3 Radio 1.